Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. This is your weekly Oracle card reading for June the 27th, or I'm sorry, June the 21st to the 27th of 2021. The couple of things, the first things that I was seeing when I was tuning into next week was it's going to be a high energy week. So I saw just like waves of energy just being poured in uh, into our bodies. So, for those of you who are doing energy work or who are trying to raise your energy, do clearings, healings, I'm seeing that a lot of you are actively, like, you might be in like a meditation group, you might be in a like a community where you're doing this with other people. So it's kind of like if you go to a yoga studio and it's like it generates this like spiritual energy amongst everyone. So it's like everyone is raising their energy together. So that's what I was seeing. And I was seeing that this week of the 21st to the 27th, you will see that shift in energy. So it could be building and building and building over the span of time that you've been doing this. And it will pour into this week where you'll start to see how things are really starting to clear. And you'll start to notice that certain experiences that you've had on the inside, like if you're someone who tends to feel anxious just all the time, like not anything necessarily triggering it. It's just kind of like there's this underlying tone of just this anxiety that's always behind the scenes. You'll see that certain things that have just been there for a long time may not be there anymore. Like you may be out, like for some of you who experience social anxiety, like you may find yourself, you go out and you're not as nervous or you're not as anxious as you usually are because things are clearing out and you've been doing the work to clear them out, and that progress is starting to accumulate and it's starting to show up in your life. So you'll feel lighter. You may feel more energized. So for some of you, sleep might become a bit hindered just because there's a lot of downloading. There's a lot of that energy being poured in. I really felt like there's this Kundalini awakening. So for those of you who are actively trying to kind of um, raise your frequency and you're working on your energy, you'll feel this awakening, like this energy rising from your tailbone, kind of vibrating up. And sometimes that shift may cause us to have we may find ourselves too energized to be able to sleep, or you end up falling asleep and then you wake up really tired. So just be patient with yourself if you find yourself being, just you're kind of navigating these waters of this spiritual energetic shift and a clearing. And for some of you, you're also downloading, your new energy is being poured in, a lighter, higher frequency is being poured in. So just kind of take it one day at a time. It will feel good. It's not like it'll feel bad or anything. It's just, you're going to feel it, is what I'm sensing. Okay, so let's pick out 3 cards for the week of June 21st to the 27th, 2021. What is our card for the beginning of the week? What's our guidance card for the beginning of the week? Illumination, yeah. With this card, I'm feeling like there's this increase in trust in spirit and the universe. So you're getting to a place where you really, you've kind of, you trust that the universe will bring to you what is meant for you and when it's meant for you. So there's this letting go of a control. And there's this there is this trust that you're making also the right choices and decisions. I feel like some of you are riding on this deep trust in yourself as well and trust in your own perception of how things are playing out. So, for some of you, you may find yourself you're needing to make choices and decisions to walk away from something or to change up some like just things that are just not resonating with you anymore. And I think in the past few months, there's been a lot of self doubt. There might have been a little bit of hesitancy, like having one foot in and one foot out, but I feel like you're able to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, or at least you're able to feel it. You could also just be better at trusting because there might have been a little bit of like you want to trust, but there's fear behind it, of course, which is completely understandable. But I think that you'll find it much easier. You're going to go into that beginning of the week with a lot more confidence. And maybe it's because you're going to be able to sense that there's this energy that's rising in from within you and you're able to feel it. And I think being able to feel that these shifts are happening within you, you're able to have more confidence that your inner work is working. And so that gives you the ability to be able to relax a little bit more and to be able to let go of needing to control how something manifests and when it manifests because you're seeing signs that things are manifesting. So you can kind of relax a little bit and be like, okay, I'm doing enough. I can just kind of look forward to how the path is unfolding step by step. And I don't need to doubt myself, and I can trust that I'm on the right path, and I can trust my decisions are divinely guided. And then in the middle of the week, I did see that some of you are planning a trip. Some of you could just be spontaneously going somewhere that replenishes you. I'm seeing that for some of you, you're needing to kind of detach from certain people, certain environments, certain places. There may be some stagnant energy there. There may be some. Also, I'm hearing like there may be some situations, either people or with the place, that you've kind of just been putting up with it for a while, and now you are ready to kind of walk away. You're ready to admit to yourself that this is no longer resonates with me and I don't think I can even deal with it anymore. Like it's your tolerance for things that you used to be able to tolerate or used to force yourself to tolerate are no longer tolerable. And you're okay with that. And you're giving yourself permission to be okay with that and to also take action upon it. So, in the middle of the week, you may find yourself this strong push to just spontaneously go somewhere that you feel like will help you to relax, help you to detach, help you to reconnect with yourself. Or you may also find yourself planning a trip or planning, like doing research on the internet and looking for places that are more nature based, that are more that just resonates with who you are now. And into the end of the week, I'm feeling that you will begin to see new people coming into your life. And it may not just be physically new people, but that energy is coming in. So what I'm seeing so for some of you, you may meet physically new people. And for others of you, I'm hearing that some of you are calling in new people and that energy is coming. It's on the way, may not be there yet, but you are starting to see signs of that energy coming in. So they're reminding me of this experience that I had just last week. I had to go to a dinner party at a family member's house, and I wasn't expecting anything unique or different to happen. It was just with some, family members that just the usual. And I ended up meeting like a distant cousin that I didn't know very well, but we ended up having this really deep spiritual conversation. And it's been a long time since I've been able to kind of meet someone like that in person. And it was really nice. It's nice. It's kind of, sometimes I find that it's a little bit rare to randomly meet someone and you can kind of have that spiritual conversation. And for me, I saw that as a sign for like, okay, look at the energy that is starting to come into my field, which I was really excited about. So Spirit is asking me to tell that story. I usually don't share personal stories, but I feel like that was a great example of what the energy of this card that I'm feeling is, that your what that even though sometimes it may not feel like Spirit's listening to some of your deepest dreams and desires and wishes, Spirit's listening. And I think that it goes back to this card where it's about trusting that when the time is right, it will come in. And I think sometimes something can't come in until we get rid of something else or until we release something else. And sometimes that releasing takes time because there's a lot of emotional attachments to people maybe that have been there for a long time, that have been in our life for a long time and no longer resonating. But sometimes it does happen that way where we can't have both. Both can't exist at the same time. So it's kind of like we have to make that choice of what we're willing to let go of if we really want to step into something new. So if you want kind of like deeper connections or a more fulfilling career, yeah, you could also use that same example that I just shared with you with a career. Like if you are in a life path or a line of work that's no longer resonating with you and you're kind of in between transitioning from one thing to the next, you may start seeing signs or confirmation of someone talking about the same exact thing, or you may hear something on a podcast or on a YouTube channel or something that will just kind of give you this confirmation that what you've been projecting out into the universe is it will be mirrored back to you. And it's showing you a sign of like, look at what you have to come. Here's some signs of like what's trickling in. So I hope that was clear and wasn't too confusing. But this is actually a really cool week. I think that it's high energy, so keep yourself grounded as well. If you find yourself not being able to sleep, or if you kind of feel like there's just too much energy pouring through you, kind of maybe I'm hearing like drink like chamomile tea if you're having a hard time sleeping, or just some natural remedies that are soothing. Listening to calming music, avoiding high intense or high drama. I know those shows on TV are really addicting and they can often be guilty pleasures, but maybe sometimes keeping that at a minimum. Kind of not engaging in too much conflict or drama this coming week, because I'm sensing that it's a highly spiritual week and it's a time for those of you who are on that path. I feel like there's something opening. There's like an initiation or something. It's significant, and I think that's really amazing. So I hope a good luck for all of you who are going into this next week, who are going to be experiencing that. It's going to be a ride for sure. I'm seeing like a roller coaster ride, but it's going to be one that you're going to like, not a scary one. Um, Okay, have a wonderful week for June the 21st to 27th, and I will see you next week.